This video is designed to assist you with understanding the checklist needed to be completed to start in the part-time nursing program. This checklist can be found in the part-time nursing admission packet on page 5. Most of your items will be due on November 18, 2024. These include creating your ACEMAP profile, and instructions on how to do this can be found on page 6 and 7 of the packet. There are additional forms within ACEMAP that need to be completed. You can see those on the screen. You'll also need to submit your medical history questionnaire or health history form. This can be found on page 8 through 11 of the nursing packet. Next, you'll need to complete and submit your criminal background check. Information on how to do this can be found on page 12. Next, you'll complete your drug screening, and information can be found on page 13. Submit your CPR card, which instructions on how to do this can be found on page 14. You'll need to submit your hepatitis V vaccine form and documentation of the completed Hep B vaccination series or titer showing you have immunity. Instructions on this can be found on page 15 and 16 of the packet. You'll need to provide documentation of the chicken pox vaccine, which is 2 doses or a titer blood draw showing immunity. Instructions can be found on page 17 of the packet. You'll need to provide documentation of the COVID-19 vaccination or submit the medical religious exemption form. More information on page 17 of the packet. Finally, you'll need to submit your documentation of the MMR vaccine. Information can be found on page 17 and 18. Provide documentation of your tuberculosis or TB skin test. Information can be found on page 18. It's important to note that this must have occurred after May 12, 2024 to be valid. You'll need to provide documentation of the Tdap vaccines. Please note that this must have been completed within the last 10 years. Information can be found on page 18. And finally, you'll want to register for Nursing 141 and Nursing 160. These are the first 2 classes in the part-time nursing program. Information on how to register can be found on page 22. The last thing you'll need to do will be due by the first day of class of the spring semester. You'll want to request your clinical ID badge. Please refer to the admissions packet if you have further questions.